Your value doesn't decrease based on someone's inability to see your worth. Healing does not mean that the damage never existed. It means that the damage no longer controls you. And the best apology is changed behavior. Hello everyone. Welcome back to Ifechi family. Today I want us to talk, to discuss something really serious. Over the last few months or weeks, we have seen things happening on social media. But what prompted me to come and make this video today, because I've been doing different series on this my Ifechi family channel. But today, I said that I have to talk about this because, yes, the ones we've seen on social media, yes, but something came up that's, one-on-one. And I said, yeah, it's high time that I've talked about similar thing before anyway on this channel, but we need to keep talking because a lot of things are happening and it's heartbreaking. What am I talking about? You know the stories. So far, people either being deleted or deleting themselves, or people just passing quickly and nobody knows. That's why on this social media, when things come on social media, I don't generally mention a particular person's name when I discuss. I just use the problem and talk around it because we don't know the full story. Especially for somebody who already departed, we did not hear from them. We don't even know. Most of the things we see on social media are just speculating. People just think that this is this, this is that, and most of the time you only hear from one voice, one person. And because those people have their own fan base or people that love them so much, they'll come out and be fighting and be saying positive things about the person that they liked and negative things about the other person. But they don't know the full story because especially when it has to do with relationship, marriage, you don't live in the house with them. What I'm going to say today is based on my own experience and some of the people I've dealt with. And one of them was recently, and the person is very happy for me to use their story to give an advice on this video. So for those who don't know me before, who are coming new to the channel, by the grace of God, I've been married in fact, this December, 22nd of December, will be exactly 38 years of white wedding and 39 years of traditional marriage. So when I talk from experience. Yes, I've been married for this long. Does it mean that I don't have any issues? Of course not. Does it mean that challenges are all finished? Of course not. We are all work in progress. Working in progress, we have to keep reviewing ourselves and reviewing our marriage. That's why we are still here today by the grace of God. Still strong. But there are challenges and it needs to work on our relationships. It takes two to tango. So what I want to address today is infidelity. I know it's now commonly called cheating, but I choose to call it infidelity or adultery because that's what it is, especially when people are married. And I also want to bring the fact that we as human beings, we are always condemning people. We don't forgive people. Let me use these Bible verses, that's Bible verse. Or verses, I'm going to use two. The first one is from 1 John 1 verse 7. It says, the blood of Jesus purifies us from all sin. Yes, all, from all sin. That all is in capital. The blood of Jesus purifies us from all sin. That means that no matter the type of sin that we commit, including infidelity, it can be forgiven. When we come to Jesus with a repentant heart, and when we change and promise ourselves and our spouse and act it out, not just promising and talking by mouth, but act it out that this will never happen again. Ephesians 4:32 said, be kind to one another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another as God forgave you. Which bit of this do we not understand, especially churchgoers? Yes, I use the word churchgoers because some of the things that happens in the church and some of the things that people do, that is not how the Church of Christ should be operated. People are so quick to condemn people. People are so quick to punish people. People are always capitalizing on somebody's sin or what they see as sin in their own eyes. No sin is small. Infidelity and lying, they are all sins. But the thing about infidelity is that is the sin that is within the body. So that one is a serious sin. But however, we are not God and we should be kind to one another. Recent things happened. That's why I'm using this, and people have, said a lot of things as if we are perfect. Nobody is perfect. Yes, we may not have experienced that kind of situation where our spouse or each other, that we have a problem with relationship or going out to have infidelity occurring in the marriage. Yes, but that does not mean that there are not other areas that we are failing. And when there is infidelity, let me say this now. You may not agree with me, but this is the fact. Where there is infidelity, the couple, both the husband and the wife, have a part to play. It may well be that it's the husband that committed the infidelity or vice versa. Ask yourself, how did I contribute to this? Although in most cases, because of the way people are hurting, they don't bother to see their own side of it or how they contributed. It's always the other person. And of course, if he comes out to social media, where I don't know why people have to bring everything to social media. Once he comes out to social media, people start taking side. And the other person is castigated that they can go into mental health issues. They may just get withdrawn and going through a lot and nobody to speak to because everybody is against them. We have to be very careful how we condemn people because sin is sin. Yes, infidelity, as I say, is sin. It's a terrible one because it's body to body. But at the same time, let us leave God to judge, especially when a person comes out, whether openly or not, to confess and to make amends with their spouse. We should let them be and not condemn them. A lot of people are going through a lot because of their mistakes, what they've done wrong that came out in social media. And people are condemning them. And if it's difficult for the other spouse to take it because it's already out in the open, it's either brought out by the other spouse or by other people. Infidelity is mentally, emotionally, and physically painful to the betrayed. But be gentle with yourself as you heal, because eventually you will heal. Most people will say, oh, if it happens to me, I will never survive it. I will never do this. I will never forgive the person. Wait until, just be gentle with yourself and avoid absolutes like never. I'll never do this. Or you always do this. You always, look, at the end of this video, I'm going to put the link to the 5 questions I say that couples should be asking themselves. If we can always ask these questions and be very communicative, we will be able to notice when something is going a bit wrong, and when one of the spouses starts going out or starts being uninterested in intimate relationship with you. Sit down and discuss it. It may be something that you're doing and they don't know how to tell you because your communication is always shouting. You don't agree when they correct you. Then they choose not to correct and then go out. But that is not an option. That is not the right thing to do. Because there are so many issues with going out there to unite with somebody else and then coming back to your spouse as well. Oh, some people, men, or some people say, oh, men are always like that. And some men themselves will say, oh, you can't be eating the same food all the time. You can't be eating the same soup all the time. Excuse me.